All right, and right before the run starts here, we do have a $5 donation from George, or $5 for each of the misses here. $10 Canadian from George, who says $5 for every missed throw. Also, how do I get a lot of liquid out of my eyes? Asking for a friend. We love you, George. Thank you so much. And with that, we are ready for Portal 2 by Spyran.
All right, everyone, welcome in. Thank you for having me. I am back. You may recognize me from a Spider-Man run that we did yesterday, but this is Portal 2. I am Spyran. I am primarily a Spider-Man runner, but today, I guess I'm here to run some Portal 2. So I guess very quickly, just to do a quick run through of who I am before I introduce my my teacher, who is also here. I have not run this game prior to doing this. Well, obviously for practice, but I mean, before Speedromizer, I'd never run this game. Love this game, though, as when I was younger, playing this all the time. Used to love playing this game. So to learn this now as a speedrun, which I would have not done otherwise, is brilliant. It's one of the best runs I've seen, and one of my favourite speedruns now, as a result, which is great. So enough about me. Turkey is also here as my teacher. Turkey, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Turkey. I was the teacher for Portal 2, and Spyran's done a great job learning this game. I've been running this game for like 3 years in like a month and a half, so that's quite a while. I didn't know I've been running that long. Yeah. Right.
There you go. So, I believe we should technically have an offset for this the start of this run, where technically we start like 5 minutes into the run. I assume that's still happening, so we can start pretty much whenever. So let me just get ready to do that. So the run starts essentially as soon as we, in this sense, that the portal opens and we can start the race. So I guess, Turkey, if you want to count us down to be able to do that, because you'll probably know the timing of it much better than...
Yeah, there's kind of a...
So sorry. Give us 1 second for the timer. If you all would like to just give us 1 minute.
Oh well,
it's also possible for us to do it at 0 if you want. We could do that. That would probably actually be better.
Okay, Roger. Then we're ready.
Cool. Right. Let's do that. Right. I will get us started then in that case, because we're going to be sat here for a little bit of time. So let me enter this, and the run should start soon.
Timing begins when the crosshair appears, so I'll try and give a countdown. It's kind of an awkward timing, there's no real indicator. It's around 3, 2, 1, time. Okay. So this game starts out with a huge cutscene, so you kind of are just learning the controls here. So you start out with like this whole sequence explaining how to look, how to press use, how to jump. But during this time, I think it's a good opportunity to explain some of the mechanics that we use during this run. So we can't really demonstrate it right now because we got to look at this painting. But this game has bunny hopping.
When you hear the buzzer, stare at the art.
Pinnacle of speedrunning, staring at a painting.
You should
very
now
fast.
feel mentally reinvigorated.
That comes in handy later, actually. We're gonna stare at something later in the run, which is essential to do. So prepare for that as well, later in the run.
Yeah, the reason why we were talking about starting like 5 minutes in.
Now please return to your bed.
Sorry. Normally, press use on the bed.
Oh, sorry. Go on the bed. I've forgotten. Oh no. Oh, we're losing time already.
So, normally the game starts out with this huge cutscene, and it's like I keep like looking at. I got like pinged in this. Sorry. It starts out with this huge cutscene that we're sitting through right now. So normally start like 5 minutes, 16 seconds in, and I think the timer got slightly messed up on stream, but it's fine. It's not that big of a deal.
It's fine. We're gonna go fast anyway. I'm sure we're still gonna get underestimated even with that. So, guys, I'm just that good actually.
You're saying that sarcastically, but no, your PB is well under the estimate. So if everything goes well, it should be fun.
Nothing. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we can talk about, I guess, a few things then. So bunny hopping is the main form of movement, which if you don't understand what bunny hopping is, it's something you do pretty much exclusively in all, I think, Source games to move around. It involves essentially jumping, and instead of using W to move around as you would normally when you move around in most games, or SDA and just walking in a direction, it involves jumping and just using the left and right movement keys essentially, which it's hard to demonstrate obviously in this very small space. But you'll see what we mean as soon as we start properly. So yeah, there's a lot of that. The top runners can do this really, really well, and it's incredible to watch top runners do bunny hopping, because it is absolutely crazy to watch just how precise the movement is. For me, you're not going to get that. I can tell you right now. My bunny hopping is okay, and that's about it. So prepare for that. I'm sure you'll be impressed in some areas. Other areas, maybe not so much. We'll see.
And just to clarify, so this run is inbounds, no SLA. Inbounds, that's kind of like a bit of a misnomer, because sometimes during this run you'll go into like these weird places, but out of bounds in Source has like a specific definition. It's like this black void. You won't be seeing it, but it'd be very obvious if we were out of bounds, you'd be able to tell. And no save load abuse. This game has quick saves, which it's a common feature in most PC games. You can bind a key to use saves, and those are super useful. But the thing is that in the any percent category, you can actually use saves, and you can do some crazy stuff with them. Yeah, I think my PB's like 40 minutes with it, so it cuts a huge chunk of time off the run. Just with abusing saving and loading. So saving and loading isn't banned, but you just can't use it to gain like an advantage that you'd like otherwise get. So like you can't like stick buttons with saves, which is a thing you can just do. You just stick any button. It's like weird.
Yeah, if saving loading was banned completely, we'd be having a rough time, I can tell you, on some of these levels. We'd be here a lot longer, so thank goodness for that. Yeah, and I guess also just as a side note, great timing, I've gotten a bit ill in between my run yesterday and my run today, so if you notice me blowing my nose, please don't mind the noise of me blowing my nose. I'll try to do it as infrequently as possible, but apologies for that in advance.
Could get a bit technical. Hold on.
Alright, so here we're about to gain control of the player, and Spyran will jump in. Oh, and the timer's fixed. Perfect. So here you like jump in, and then it's another like 40-second long cutscene, so that's fun. But actually during this time I can try and give a brief overview of a thing called fades. So at the end of like probably 80% of levels, you'll be waiting, you'll see Spyran waiting at the end of an elevator, just doing nothing, and then eventually he'll enter the elevator. And the reason we're doing that, the game doesn't end the level until all dialogue's done. So if you time it specifically, you can have the game check if the dialogue ends as soon as the dialogue ends. So basically, TLDR, he's not losing time, it actually saves like 10 seconds. And now the run starts.
Here we go. All right, and this is bunny hopping, so you can see I've got my direction, like my controls at the bottom left-hand corner to hopefully make it a bit clearer as to what's going on. It's always a bit quite fun, I feel like, when you can see what's going on with people's controllers. Nice, we got that little down skip. I always struggle to get that down skip sometimes. Yeah, so we've got that straight away. That's excellent.
That passes through.
Yeah, that dialogue trick is like deceptively tricky. That can be a real headache, especially in like no reset runs. So to start out, if you've played Portal 1 but not Portal 2, these maps might actually look a bit familiar. This one not so much, they kind of changed the design of this. But we're kind of retracing the steps of the previous game right now, and it's kind of like a bit of a callback to Portal 1 if you're a Portal 1 player, or if you haven't played Portal 1, it's just a good way to teach you the mechanics of the game. So,
if you haven't played Portal 1, by the way, what are you doing? Go do that as soon as possible, please.
Sure, both these games. But yeah, real simple puzzles here. Most of them are going to be... There's an example of fade. Sorry, I just wanted to be quiet for that.
Yeah,
most of these levels are just going to be like intended, but with bunny hopping. Well, actually, not so much in the second half. Here we've got not really a test chamber. Here's where we get the portal gun for the first time. And there's a dialogue skip coming up, so I'll try and be quiet.
Oh no, we didn't get a good bounce. Okay, hold on. We'll see if we can get this Dialogue skip still. This might be a tricky one. Oh no, okay, yeah, we're definitely not getting that dialogue skip now. No.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm going to work on the assumption that you're still alive, and I'm just
Okay.
going to wake you up ahead.
Bear with me as I slowly jump through here. So essentially what we could have done there, if we were quick enough, you can see the kind of the words at the bottom. So in everything in the squared brackets is the words we're waiting for essentially to go through as explained, to go into the elevator for the most optimal, quickest way to get into the elevator for it to fade out quickly. So what we could have done there, if I'd have jumped off that bit of ledge when it said wait, if I'd have got there in time, we would have skipped like a whole lot of dialogue. But now because of that, we have a bit of a slower elevator, so we have to wait a little bit longer before it transfers to the next level.
In some maps like this, they don't have fades because the dialogue like ends before you get to the elevator, so that's why like some elevators we wait, some we don't. Nice. Here we've got a glitch pretty much exclusive to this map in the run. If portals, like the surface around them or the collision around them can get really weird, so if we place a portal next to the door and we shove a prop through it, then portals just like, the portals kind of freak out the game and you can just face stuff through walls. And then since you get the cube through the door, the game's like, hey, the cube's gone, we gotta open the door to stop the player from getting soft locked.
If the enrichment center is currently being
very handy, very handy. Saves a lot of time on this one. Right, this is a cool little mechanic as well that we're going to use a lot. Portal stands. So if I stand halfway in the portal and I shoot it and move back at the same time, I essentially can move where I am and not have to like shoot two portals or fall through the kind of floor or anything like that. It just allows us to be able to do certain tricks without having to like reposition as properly or do some levels like as intended, I guess. So portal stands, we're keeping out for that. We're using that quite a lot.
Yeah, and then it's literally like the exact same route on this level, but just on a different area. What he didn't get time to talk about in the last one, he shot a portal beneath the cube, so it fell through, then shot it at the wall. So the cube like fell through, it went on the side of the orange portal, and then he shot it at the wall, so he could like grab it through the orange portal, if that makes sense. Here we've got some tricky movement and a button stick. So some buttons in the game, or specifically what they're connected to, is actually what makes it different, but that's like, it's weird. But basically, sorry. Some buttons, if you walk on them or jump on them weirdly, they just stay stuck permanently. So that's how the ending elevator, ending lift, he didn't need a cube for that. And here we've got,
in fact, hold on, I didn't do the
snap.
There we go.
All safety devices have been disabled.
That's probably faster reloading than lining it up because of how much
Absolutely.
snaps in.
I have a spreadsheet that I have on my other screen just in case I mess anything up. So we should hopefully be fine either way. But I should be able to now shoot here. And there we go. We've got straight through that bit of a wall there. So there's some areas in this game where there's a very, very small window of like kind of angles based on how tight your angles are to be able to just shoot through like geometry. And so we use that there to shoot through a very, very small gap to skip like that entire level, basically.
In order to escape, we're going to have to go
so what he also did there was called V-snapping. It's kind of complicated, but we do have a huge cutscene coming up, so I guess I could kind of try and explain it. So the way sensitivity works is it's like pretty much a grid. So if you have a sensitivity like, I don't know, 10, then whenever you look left and right, it looks pretty normal, because basically whenever you move your mouse, like a single dot, or like, you know, DPI, that stands for dot per inch. If you move your mouse a single dot, then it moves your camera very, very slightly to the right. But if you set your sensitivity to something like 10,000 and then move your mouse one dot, then your camera gets snapped way to the right. Like you do like a 360 completely, or almost a 360. It won't be exactly like a 360. And what you can do is using like a bit of math, you can calculate a sensitivity. If you set your sensitivity to that, then you'll snap to like the exact same angle every single time you move your mouse. That's kind of simplifying it. But yeah, basically we use that to line up stuff like seam shots or pancake shots, which are basically, like you said, shooting through really small gaps really quickly. Here we've got Fence Rider.
Yeah, so, this is going to be interesting if we get this.
Good luck on this.
no.
Thank you.
Makes it go
All right, here we go,
faster.
everyone.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Nice,
oh,
you got
first
it.
try. There's no way. Oh my days.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is a tick perfect, or pretty much 60 FPS frame perfect. Tick rate and frame rate are kind of interchangeable. If you're talking 60 FPS, I'm kind of rambling right now. But yeah, that is a really tricky. If you pause perfectly there.
Silly.
Okay, cool.
Holy
But yeah,
Do you have a pen? Start writing things down.
maybe.
Complete.
I don't. Okay.
Looks,
Okay. Listen.
eh.
All right. New plan. Act natural. Act natural. We've done nothing.
that'll work. Yeah,
Maybe.
looks
Okay,
good.
we'll find out. We'll find out.
But yeah, what he's doing here, so he did a frame perfect to get over that clip brush, which is like basically an invisible wall there. And here he's using a clipboard. He lined up the clipboard on the incinerator, and now he's standing on it. So here during this cutscene, GLaDOS picks the camera up, but she doesn't actually pick the player up. So normally you'd be in the pod, and the game just turns your player invisible. But here, his player is standing on the incinerator, and the incinerator will open up during this cutscene, and if he's stood on the clipboard properly, which will make it so like the incinerator doesn't like drag you. You need the clipboard to get this to work. Here we'll see. Nice.
We actually got it. Oh, okay, incredible, incredible stuff. Okay.
So there, you see that the cutscene kind of ended early. So he was standing on the incinerator, and since the incinerator opened up early, it interrupted the cutscene. And a funny quirk about Portal 2, during cutscenes, the game gives you invincibility, and since he interrupted it, now he's just invincible for the rest of the game. So
Hell yeah.
now you can't die to turrets. Yeah, it's really helpful, and that'll save a lot of time later in the run.
Yes, there's a specific skip especially that we'll be able to do as a result of this, which saves us a lot of time on one particular level, which will be very exciting. So we'll see. Hopefully we can nail that because I don't have loads of practice on it, just because we don't tend to get this very often. We'll see. Okay, we're already falling down. Excellent. Oh, there we go. Okay, this level I'm particularly terrible at. I like just because I'm quite slow. I'm jumping through some of these balls, but it's all good. Okay, there we go. Ooh,
Nice, you got the dialogue. That's all that matters. This map has a lot of like weird dialogue stuff, so that's why you saw him like crouching there. He was skipping like a trigger, which does a little cutscene. But yeah, there's like a huge like I'd say like probably a minute and a half long dialogue that he skipped there. You can see GLaDOS like slightly starting it at the end there. Yeah, you'd have to sit through all that, which obviously doesn't save time.
Okay,
Here
let's see
we've
if we can nail
got
this jump.
Sarcasm self-test complete.
Oh, good.
Just a
Oh,
nice
close,
swing
okay.
to the end. Oh, nice try.
Sarcasm self-test complete.
Oh, good.
Oh, come on. Okay. So yeah,
Sarcasm
this
self-test
is where
complete.
when I said my movement's not super good, you're seeing it right now. So what we're trying to do, when I can eventually do it,
Sarcasm self-test.
is fling myself through this portal to be able to skip,
Complete.
waiting to have to load this like
Sarcasm self-test complete.
level in, essentially.
Now,
Oh, we were so close there actually. Okay,
Sarcasm
hold on.
self-test
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do
oh,
it.
good. Thanks for
Sarcasm
this.
self-test complete.
Oh, good. Now,
And there it
Nice.
is. Nice.
Yeah, that is like deceptively tricky because the portal opens, or the portal gets like fizzled early because like the surface moves, so you're like under a time limit there. But yeah, it saves a lot of time just doing that over the normal intended solution. So there's like a cutscene. This map has some tricky portaling at the start. You can shoot a portal right at the end, get the cube, get the player up there, and you're at the end.
Nice.
So
Okay.
yeah, that was clean.
You are a horrible person. That's
We're
what
gonna
it
wait here.
says. A horrible,
Horrible person. There we go.
We weren't
We go
even
through.
testing for that.
Yeah, that's an example of like the
Don't let
This
that
game's fades
horrible
and
person
stuff.
thing discourage you. It's just a data
So yeah,
point.
now we're getting introduced to lasers. We kind of skipped them in those two chambers, but here you'll see them for the first time. Here we're gonna do laser switch glitch. So basically, this game has lasers, and the lasers are the lasers can power receptacles and sorry,
That's all right. There it is.
so once you activate, like in that level there were two receptacles. Once both of them are activated, the ending door opens. But what we can do there is we can just use one laser, and if we switch it to the other receptacle at like the exact same like if we switch one directly to the other, then both of them are technically powered for like a tick, so we can just like go to the ending. That's called laser switch glitch.
we're gonna use that a lot. Make sure that's a bit more central. There we go. We're gonna use that a lot, where essentially you'll see me pressing up against the door, and suddenly the door will just like open, even though there's no like button pressed technically. That was a terrible. Hold on, jump around that corner. Start again. There we go. Lovely. And then we're gonna. So on this level, we're essentially abusing the fact that we can jump on this box to be able to skip around and not fall in the water. I do that so often. And I'm just doing it again. Hold on, everyone. Patience. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, this route is like...
There's a much faster way to do that, but I'm no good at it. There's something coming up called like reportal, like super reportals and reportals as well, that we're going to use. That's a trick coming up later. That involves essentially you get stuck in a portal, and by spamming another portal, essentially, you'll be able to like fling yourself very far. We do that quite a fair bit, but some bits I'm not very good. Oh no, we didn't hit the button. Oh, okay, that's fine.
That camera always kills like my runs. Super annoying.
They could not.
So essentially on this level, what I was trying to do there is by pressing that button with an object that doesn't have to be the cube. So you notice that when we hit the cube on the button there, this dialogue began. Technically we can use the camera to be able to do the same thing, but we didn't land the camera on the button, so we get a bit slower just because we have to wait for the dialogue to play.
Yeah, and that's like kind of like what you'll see, or I guess that's kind of the best example of it. But dialogue is actually more important than finishing the test chamber in some situations, because dialogue is what determines when you're going to end the level, because the level doesn't transition unless the dialogue's over. So that's why like putting the camera actually saves time there. Even though you get to the ending later than if you did do the camera, the dialogue will end quicker, and that's what ultimately matters with most maps. Here we've got a cool little fling into that panel there, and we can get some portals. Basically, we can get to that ending platform faster than the intended fling. And here we're going to use this trash that Gladys dispenses to actually solve the puzzle faster. You can see the ball. Or the ball, like one of the pieces of junk activates the button.
That was a metaphor. I was actually talking.
Yeah, so we have to stand on the button first ourselves to be able to allow that to happen. Essentially, that won't work if you don't actually stand on the button. The junk won't actually activate the door. You have to wait for the cube to come through eventually. So it saves a lot of time by going in and standing on the button ourselves.
Oh, and here's a super re-portal. So, like he explained, basically, whenever you're inside of a portal and shoot a portal, the game tries to push you out, so it gives you a 200 velocity boost. And what he's doing is he's getting stuck and shooting a ton of portals, and since he's next to the portal when he's stuck, that's
rude.
You got
honestly.
scammed there. When you get stuck there, the game he shot a bunch of portals, so the game like stacks on a bunch of 200 velocity boosts. He shot 4 portals, got flung up a ton, and that's how he got all that high.
An emancipation grill at its exit, so that test subjects.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool tricks in this game that allow you to obviously complete the levels faster than intentional. I wouldn't say they're super hard either, like necessarily to learn. It's just making sure that the setup's correct for a lot of them. So if you're coming into this as I was learning this game for the first time, it feels very satisfying to pull those tricks off once you nail the kind of setup for it. Okay, we're going to do this the slow way, because I am always very slow on this one. There we go.
You might have seen there his portal, like he shot at the white surface, but his portal didn't place. That's because this game sucks, and we have a thing called sparking. We have like a part of our speedrun plugin. We can like scan surfaces, and sometimes like the white surfaces will just like you just won't be able to shoot on them sometimes. That's how bad it is. Here we've got a dialogue scope.
Oh, nearly. Okay, hold on. Try again.
Hey, it's me.
So you'll notice at the top of my screen, a little kind of like red bit of text appears when I'm trying to do this trick here. So what we're trying to do is, if you played it, there we go.
Nice.
If you play this game casually, normally you have to bounce on this a couple of times before GLaDOS eventually lowers the ceiling. But by doing some movement and crouching and stuff in the air at certain points, certain intervals, it'll actually skip that dialogue completely, and we can just get straight on with jumping through this. Saves a lot of time.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain why we're skipping it without like a visual, but in short, he's crouching as right before, or he enters the trigger, crouches, so then his hitbox shrinks, so he re-enters the trigger, then on his way out of the trigger, he uncrouches, so his hitbox expands, and then he hits the trigger again. It's kind of hard to explain without a visual, but in short, we skip having to hit that catapult a ton of times. Oh, your laser, sorry.
No. Oh, it's sparkly and I'm getting trolled by the portals.
Yeah.
All good. Yes. So again, what we did there, because of the kind of movement and the velocity that we can get just by doing kind of the strafe jumping in the air, we can actually abuse that to be able to jump in that kind of directions and at heights that we wouldn't normally be able to if you're playing this like casually and trying to play it normally. So we're going to do a lot of that. Oh no, I didn't shoot the portal.
Yeah, that's another spark.
No, there it is again. Okay, this time maybe. There we go.
Nice. Yeah, this is this map's really tricky with like the fastest routes, very flashy, but it's also very inconsistent. Like I've spent like I've probably done that in runs before and spent like a minute just trying to get it because sometimes it just does not want to work.
Ooh, nearly. Okay, so this is one of my favorite tricks in the game. Actually, I love that we can do this. So if I let go of the cube at a certain point, we should have, in theory, bounced off it.
I don't know why that's not working.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna get this. Ah, there we go.
Yeah, that box can be finicky.
Yeah. And apparently my camera's died, I realized, so I will fix that as soon as I get some free moments.
I've got more test subjects than I'll ever need.
Oh, hold on. I totally missed the dialogue there because I was worrying about my camera. Okay, so enjoy my Elgato camera that's not working, everyone, for the meantime. As soon as I get a free moment, I will look to fix that.
Yeah, this game's like very quick. There's not a lot of downtime, especially when you're trying to explain things. This map's pretty standard except for the end, or I'm assuming you do cube through glass, right?
Yeah. No, I don't. No, I don't actually.
Okay.
We just do this.
Yeah, I hate cube through glass. Yeah. It's like 50-50 consistent for me. But yeah, this map's pretty standard. Nothing really that flashy.
Speaking of which, I was researching sharks for an upcoming test.
Yeah, so we can angle that portal. You can see that we kind of like fell through the portal there.
Did you guess sharks? That's wrong.
That's wrong. There we go. We fell through the portal there, kind of backwards, and by moving to the left, we can actually fall onto that bit of platform and get onto that button quicker than we would otherwise. So yeah, a lot of the speedrunning in this game is just knowing like the optimal routes for it and just making sure that you can do certain things. Right, I'm not going to be able to jump through this door, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Okay, right, guys, please. Small chance that I get through this door.
The door's malfunctioning.
One more chance.
I guess somebody's going to have to repair that.
Oh, boo.
Aww.
Okay, boo. Okay, right. Well, that's perfect, actually, because now I can fix
it was
my
a good time to fix it.
Okay.
Touch anything.
Right, let me do that in the meantime. So, what can happen there? Oh, go on, I'll let you explain, sorry.
Yeah, if you have really good hops, then you can actually get through that door before there's the cutscene of it, like, closing. It's really hard to get, it gets consistent once you do it enough, but it takes a long time to get the hops for that down. But yeah, the cutscene's coming to an end about now. That saves like this whole cutscene. So yeah, and there's like a way to get it. Like sometimes the door will glitch open, but we didn't get lucky. So unfortunate.
Let's just say
yeah, sad times.
Living anymore.
Yeah, you can if you're fast enough. Yeah, get through there just by jumping down that corridor. But I am not nearly good enough at bunny hopping to be able to do that. I don't think I've done that once yet, actually. Even just in practice. So that's always good.
Oh, there's lots of room here.
Okay,
yeah,
camera's back on. Runs back on. We're doing well, guys. This is going great.
Nice. We've got turret intro. So this is kind of the first time you can really see the invincibility here that we got way back in chapter 1. We're going to keep it for the whole game. Here we can just go straight past the turrets. They won't even be able to like boost us out of the way because we're completely invincible.
Yeah, we're just that cool.
So we can just like blaze through this puzzle, fling to the end, throw that cube on the button.
Oh, that's
rude. Unfortunate.
So
yeah, you can see they don't even have a chance against Spyran. And here we've got laser relays. Yeah. This map's pretty standard. Just another map. Or the start of this map's kind of weird. This is one of the only maps that doesn't start with an elevator. But here we can just pre-shoot these portals for the puzzle. This is just the intended solution.
I thought you'd want to know.
And get that laser cube.
Roughly right? I really should
that
look
portal's
this
a
up.
bit high.
Yeah, hold on. There we go. I really should look this up because it's very easy to just know where to place those two portals, but I always come away from a run and think, oh, I need to look that up, and then I never do. I always forget.
Yeah, I always get, I'll be quiet here.
Technically, it's a medical
Experiment, there we go.
There's like two routes for that. There's like the challenge mode route, which is like you can't use it in full game because of dialogue stuff. But I always get confused which one I'm doing in runs.
On other people, it looks
Here's
right, here we
another
go.
example of turrets just not being able to harm us. We can just take this guy and hop up here.
What does a neck
Give me that cube, see you nerds.
This is actually, this map is technically the one time it's actually, you're at a disadvantage having Bet's Rider, which is what we call the invincibility glitch. I didn't really explain the name. I don't think I have enough time. But the old route, whenever you didn't have invincibility, you'd use the turret and they'd give you like a crazy knockback boost and you could like fling to the cube, but we can't do that. That only loses like, I don't even know if that loses time now for top runners because they have like, they do like a, no, I haven't seen that one around, sorry. But yeah,
you know, I actually didn't even need to kill those turrets. I'm thinking, oh, I've not got best right. Okay,
I didn't even think about that either.
Yeah,
but yeah, there's so here's like this map, or these maps specifically, are a good example of how like Bet's Rider has the capacity to save time. Like there, you can just like walk by the turrets and just take the cube. You have it.
There you go.
Nice. There we use a point in the song to time the entry to the elevator rather than dialogue.
It says this next test was designed.
And here we're kind of coming to the end of the main aperture section. Or that's like not for 3 or 4 maps. But we'll be wrapping up the test chambers and we'll start getting into like the escape sequence.
Stop flinging! Oh my goodness me. Right, there we go. Right, stay there.
Nice.
Perfect, okay. That cube always likes to play havoc with me. It's always good fun when that cube's just flying around the place.
I bet you think I
Yeah, this map, surprisingly enough, with how simple it looks, I've probably killed multiple runs to it.
Yeah.
I'm getting choked up just thinking
Like
about
I think my PB actually, my cube misses the button, so I had to go back and get it. Yeah, that loses like 8 seconds. But here, I don't think we have any hopes to explain this. We just kind of, I mean, to give a very basic explanation, we shoot some portals in a very specific way, and we trigger a function called find closest passable space. And basically, we shoot the portals in a really weird way. It confuses the game a lot, and it just sends us to the end because it thinks the ending is the closest space that it can go. And we can't do this without Bet's Rider, because I think part of the find closest passable space function is that it tries to do 10 billion damage a second to the player. I think it...
Oh yeah, hold on, we'll go back.
But yeah, there's no real hopes of explaining this glitch.
I was the wrong way around, I think. That was why I was confused where I was then. Okay, so we're gonna try and we're trying to jump essentially at a specific time, place a portal at a specific point to be able to get to a certain place on this wall. There we go, and then I should be able to push my way through.
Try loading the save and then pressing A and S to like get in the corner. Because I think you're, yeah, that might help.
Like this. Try this. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, these portals are very finicky. But this is also a tick perfect or a frame perfect, so that's why this route's really confusing. And then, maybe.
I wonder. Hold on. I think maybe my orange portal placement is bad. Let me try. Needs to be maybe close to the wall. Try that. Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah. This.
I had this last time. My run like completely died to this one time. Even though we got like better shots so quickly.
I think. Oh, that should have worked. That's weird. I'd maybe aim a bit, load it, and then maybe aim a bit more up and right, if you can, like
on this bit, sorry.
No, for the other portal, I'd say, or like while you're aiming here, aim more up and right.
Up and like over here.
Yeah, like
Okay,
yeah, like
okay.
there.
Try that. Okay,
Hopefully
guys.
that would.
When this happens, it's going to be excellent.
Yeah, this map is this map's it gets even worse because there's the trick after this.
Excellent, excellent. So apparently my camera's died again. What I may do is just I'll fix that. I will fix that. Very soon.
You could do the Jerry cutscene and fix it during that if you want to. Honestly, yeah. This
Oh my
make
God,
sure you're
I'm
in the
terrible.
corner again. Maybe that's all I can say. Like this trick is really finicky. Like this isn't like a skill issue or anything. This might just be like the game being weird.
Keeps knocking me slightly. Okay. Come on.
That one felt like it should have worked. You are in the corner, right?
I assume so, hold on. Yeah, I'm definitely in the corner.
Yeah. Huh. Maybe straighten the portal again? I don't know. Or like more move to the right, like press D to go to the right, I'd say, whenever you're shooting that portal. Alright. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
yeah.
we did it!
Yeah. That trick is a headache. And here we've got a Jerry skip. This is like a 1 in 3 chance that this just doesn't work. This trick's really annoying, but it saves like 40 seconds, so we have to do it. Maybe not 40, like 20.
Oh, second try.
Nice.
Okay, not bad.
Second try is good. Like I've had times where that just like doesn't work like 20 times in a row, and it's like no fault of yours. Yeah, that map is a doozy to watch, especially like the tasks do it.
Okay, we have moved on. We are progressing into the game. So what I'm going to try and do here is drop this cube so it, there we go, shoots the laser just slightly to the left or the right of that, sorry. We're going to try and grab this cube on the way out. There we go. And we can then use this to aim at these two. Now, normally there's a lot of other like maneuvering you're going to have to do to get to the top of this bit, but what we're actually going to do is, if we're good enough, do some wiggling, and I just completely didn't understand where I was. There we go. So I can do some strafing in the air to jump through here, get these turrets out of my way.
Yeah, so normally you have to like grab another cube and aim it at another laser, but with air strafing like that, we can just completely skip doing that. And here we've got this level's a bit infamous in like the speedrunning community, but here we can use that laser switch glitch again by aiming the laser really fast, or kind of more steady than fast. You can activate all of them at the same time, and then you just finish the chamber.
Yeah, one other thing I did as well there was I did a portal through the floor essentially. So I went into the floor and then out through the floor. And what that does is you'll notice the angle, the top left there. You can get angle decay in this game, which messes up the view snaps that we're going to utilize to be able to do some of these like precise portals. So by doing that portal through the floor essentially there, it means that we don't get angle decay, which means that in theory the view snaps that we do later should all work just fine.
I was kind of concerned for a second actually, because I saw you doing that view snap. But I normally, what I do is I do that view snap too. I disable it in like laser chaining, so I was like, oh, you might have angle decay.
Yeah.
But looks like you thought of that, which is...
Yes, yeah, luckily. I half forgot about it on laser chaining, and I was like, oh, okay, well, we can do it later, that's fine. Okay.
Here we've got a tricky jump.
Oh, we didn't get it.
Yeah, if you get or it's kind of a precise jump, you can skip that railing if you jump over the other one. This game, the railings are like really weird sometimes. Like this map has another jump kind of similar to that, and you'll see if Spyran does it. You gotta like jump really wide around it. This game has some wonky invisible walls.
Okay.
Yeah. But here we can just completely ignore this turret because we're invincible. And even if you're not invincible, you can just go past it sometimes if you're fast enough. Here we've got a... Sorry.
Sorry. A lot of these next levels coming off is going to be a lot of movements. This is where you're going to see, if I was a really good runner, if I was like a top runner, you'd see me fly through these levels and do some very cool bunny hopping. Because I am not that, these levels might not look as impressive, potentially, as they could otherwise, but it's still pretty cool. A lot of movement, basically, just on these next couple of sections to get through.
Yeah, this section of the game is really fun once you've, like, as long as you don't make any mistakes. And we are also coming up on a bunch of cutscenes, so that'll be good. Here we do flashlight skip. So if you can hit a tricky jump here, this jump is like deceivingly difficult. You can jump on top of that, and then here's like more wacky invisible wall stuff. You can just completely skip this whole sequence where like Wheatley uses a flashlight. And here we've actually artificially like kind of upped the brightness so you can see. I think you had full bright on earlier, but
yes, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, this makes normally this section's really dark, and you can still do it if your monitor is bright. But with stream compression, normally it'd be like pitch black on the stream. So that's why we have the brightness up. And yeah, this is pretty much just like movement city. You got the loading load a save.
Let's go back.
Jump on like Wheatley's railing whenever you get there. Yeah, this so that's an example of like a saves being weird. So saving there can like delete the railing. So yeah, like up here you'll just jump on like Wheatley's rail.
Sugar. I see what you mean. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I didn't realize the whole thing was completely gone. I've never seen that before. That's never happened before. That's a classic. Excellent. Marathon. Love that.
Yeah. I'd also recommend staying on this catwalk here because that makes the jump a bit easier if you get on the other one.
Okay, so
that makes sense.
Hold on. So where do I need to jump? So this railing here.
Yeah.
Oh my days. Okay, hold on.
I would, or you might be able to hit that.
Go on, help me.
So go back, and do you see like the staircase? Jump on that railing there, and then jump on to make a save and jump on. Like if you can land on. Oh, I guess it's back now. Okay.
I guess we just wait for it to ride out. All right, excellent. Literally never seen this happen before, so that's good.
Saves break this game in very strange ways. Yeah, I guess we're normally you can like walk on the catwalk here, but or conveyor belt here. Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Quick, this way.
Okay, we're past it. That's all good.
I almost got a job down here in manufacturing, but guess who the foreman went?
So yeah, here you can see we got the Big Z. Big Z is like a really hard jump. You gotta like do this crazy. It's really tricky. It saves like a single hop.
I tell you, humans. Oh, love them.
But yeah, no real puzzles here. I feel like I keep reiterating that. Well, actually, we do have a skip in the next level, which I guess I can explain it again. So these doors, like the one he's going through right now, they have a very, very, very small gap in them at the very top. It's literally like you need to be precise to like 3 in-game decimal points to get the shot most of the time. But with view snapping, what Spyran's gonna do is he's gonna view snap his portal in a specific spot, then view snap or go through the portal, and then view snap his angle in a specific spot, and he's pretty much gonna line up perfectly so you can shoot through the door and skip the sequence where you're supposed to like sabotage the turret system. So you don't actually have to sabotage the turret system for like the game to actually switch the turrets you're using. So yeah, you don't even have to go through this like whole cutscene Wheatley's trying to get you to go through. And here in a second you'll see the view snapping. So last time it was a bit less obvious. You'll see it here. He's gonna like his camera's gonna snap.
See that
yeah, it's much more obvious here. So if I line this up, we go up, and down. There we go. We put a pot on this bottom corner here, and if we line this up here, we should be able to go up, down again, and then boom.
Nice.
And we just completely skipped it.
Got straight through that door. And yeah, that saves a ton of time compared to sabotaging it normally, and there's like an old route where you like fly with the turrets, and that was super inconsistent and RNG based. So yeah, that is real convenient.
40 potato batteries.
And here we're coming up on the level where you're supposed to sabotage the neurotoxin, and this level's like the coming up level is like one of the coolest levels to see out of the world record.
Oh yeah, there's an insane
like
skip on the next level, which we're definitely not going to do. But I'd recommend, if you can go watch like any of the like top runners or world record runs do this particular level, it's pretty wild. Involves a chair. That's all I'll say.
Should I explain it here, or because I mean,
I feel like you might as well. Yeah, go for it. Hopefully,
So
might encourage people to go watch.
This level is the only one with moving portals, and moving portals are really weird. If you're next to them while one's moving, they if you're even close to them, they'll pretty much suck you up. If you're like within a zone of them. So what you can do is you can use the chair, which I'm sure Spyran will show after we're done doing this, the boring way where we actually break the pipes. Sorry. Yeah, you see here just juggling them. So we use this chair and we go back and we like climb up to the blue portal, and we can like skip this whole cutscene. It's really crazy, and it only saves like 3 seconds in the full game speedrun, because you gotta like go through this cutscene right here, which I say cutscene, it's like 3 seconds long, but normally in individual levels you don't have to go through that. And here we've got pretty much just some downtime. We're just in one of the cutscene levels, and this is pretty much like the midpoint of the game, and this is where like all the cutscenes are. So if you have anything to say at all, then I guess now would be a good time to say it.
I guess only that one, my camera should be back working hopefully now. I've had to take off the blur because clearly I think the blur was breaking it, so please excuse the mess, I guess, in the background. We're currently in the process of redecorating the bathroom, and so we have a lot of boxes and things and plumbing and all sorts of things in boxes behind me, so don't mind the mess. I don't live like this. This isn't my life. This is I'm not intentionally very messy. I don't carry cardboard boxes just around the house for no reason.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have, that was a reference back to unpacking, but...
Yes, perfect. Yeah, actually all ties together. That was intentional.
But just real quick, if you'd like to donate to community, you can visit our Tiltify campaign at speedromizer.live/donate. You can also find the donate link below the stream and in chat by typing !donate. All of your donations are sent directly to community. Thank you.
Lovely. And if there's anything else that you'd like to say as well, host, if anything else is going on, now's a good time, just because we are kind of waiting. We're just waiting around for a long time again.
Yeah, absolutely. So, community's priority is to ensure that they continue to show up for queer, trans, and two-spirit communities every day. They are leading with stability, continuity, and building trust. That is how they, as a community, can work towards a province where all two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, and asexual people can live free from harm and discrimination.
Lovely. So yeah, we're essentially just waiting around for GLaDOS to eventually let us out of here. Well, she doesn't let us out technically. We escape this old box that we're in. A lot of this level is basically just waiting around for stuff to happen. There's only very slight things that we can do to speed this level up. So, a lot of waiting around.
What's funny is that even though this level is like 90% cutscene, we do actually have the biggest skip in the entire game here.
True.
It's basically, I guess I'll explain it when we get there. I don't need to get ahead of myself. But yeah, here we're just kind of going through the cutscene. Can't really do anything to speed this up. We're just going to pick up Wheatley, kind of pre-aim him here. So we just go through this as fast as possible.
In fact, I feel pretty good.
Yeah, so this is going to pop up in a second. We're going to put Wheatley into the core transfer little set slot here. And then we're going to wait around over here. What we're going to try and do here is another example of where we're going to try and bunny hop essentially to get some speed and momentum through a portal. Because if you play this game casual, you'll know that when you go through these portals here, she tries to block you from getting in, and normally you just shoot a portal the other side and walk around. What we're going to try and do is if we get enough speed, we can actually jump over these glass, like, bits that she puts in.
Not so fast.
Oh, nearly, not quite.
Nice try.
Not quite.
You need to be a...
Yeah,
there we go.
that is Yeah, this movement is like really tricky to get down. I'm still not nearly the best at it, and I have like thousands of hours in this game.
It's so impressive though. When you get good at this, it's so impressive to watch. Like I say, I recommend everyone going and watching some like the top runners run this game, because it's crazy watching them like do the movement and the bunny hopping. It's so cool.
Yeah, and here is what I was talking about earlier, the biggest skip in the game. So here Wheatley's taking over GLaDOS. I kind of haven't even gone over the lore at all.
Yeah, story-wise, I don't know if anyone actually has a clue what's going on, but that's fine.
Hopefully you've played Portal 2 before, but basically Wheatley, this guy, has taken over the facility, and now he's going to try and save us. And by save us, I mean he's going to screw us over. But here we can skip this whole cutscene by going on top of this elevator.
Oh, okay, I think it was a bit early jumping there. Let me try and again. There we go, that should be it. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so by standing on top of here, we are on top of the elevator, and it looks like he could just walk out right now, but there's some weird invisible walls here that prevent him from walking out already. But Wheatley's gonna move the elevator up a tiny bit, and then he'll be able to escape. Normally there's like a whole like probably 3-minute long cutscene where Wheatley like betrays us. You can kind of hear his evil laugh right here at the end, but here we'll be exiting the level, and you got
nice.
hole-in-one.
Hole-in-one. Oh, I'd never get that as well. That's crazy.
That's what we call whenever you make it clean through here. And now we're on to the infamous I'm a potato.
There we go. So yeah, we're just kind of stuck again in the air here. So if there is anything that is needed to be said at this point, or anyone wants to say anything, this is a good time to do so.
Yeah, of course. And so, just as you are probably aware by now, this Speedromizer 6 event is entirely ran by volunteers. And if you'd like to help with future events, volunteer signups are open before, and they are announced on our Discord. Keep an eye on our server if you're interested in helping run the show. Most roles also do not require experience, so we would be happy to have you on, even if it's your first time. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in the background, like there are documents, there are little sessions that George hosts for teaching you the things that you need to know to be able to do this. And also if you'd like to host or just moderate or anything like that, those are all great as well. Community is great. We'd love to have you, and we would love to help experience this with you.
Yeah, right. These events are great for if any of you out there similar to me are like interested in like the broadcast side of running these events. Any opportunity you can get to jump in and volunteer for stuff like this is brilliant. So I would recommend doing so if you are so inclined.
And now that was like perfectly timed. Now we're back to regular gameplay. So now we just fell straight down to the bottom of Aperture, and you're gonna see the game's really, Aperture is really messed up down here. This is the old, I think, 60s or 50s waste, and you can see this is kind of tricky to hop on because sometimes the floor is like slanted, but here we're just using some portals to get straight to the end of this level. Normally we like walk down this huge like gap, but we can just do gap shot right there. Nice.
There we go.
Just get right here, and here we can just use some quick portals, hit both these buttons, and now we're at the end. Here there's like this huge cutscene of like this vault opening. Normally it's really funny, but by waiting here, we're kind of ruining the comedic effect of this moment normally. Yeah. But we're just gonna slip past the vault here, and there's actually a
oh, mistake. No.
But these these pipes are weird.
Yeah. There we go. Get around them.
But
there we go.
yeah, normally there's like a huge invisible wall there, and we gotta like wait for it at the end, and it's yeah, I don't know. Kind of yapping. This map we're gonna do Cliff Shot, which is, or you do Cliff Shot, right?
I do not know. This
fair
is
enough.
Too scary. Too scary.
It is very scary, especially for a marathon. Yeah, here we're just gonna shoot a sneaky portal right here. You can barely fit that through, and we can just walk straight through. And now we're at this elevator ride. We're just gonna do some a quick fling here to get right to the end. Well, this elevator ride isn't very quick. It's
Yeah, so
much we can really do here.
You're going to see us now do like fly essentially out of this portal in theory up here by setting this trick up in a particular way. It essentially allows us to trigger what would normally, I guess, it's like almost like a cutscene essentially that we trigger, where this will unintentionally fling us to watch. If I walk through normally, you can see that it doesn't actually do anything. So what we should be able to do is if I set this up correctly now, in fact, I might even try to go to, oh, hold on, I didn't mean to jump there. Try.
Is another frame perfect?
No, I didn't quite get it, that's fine. There we go.
Basically, the trigger that flings you normally is it's bugged, or most triggers like that. The trigger that helps correct your speed whenever you're flinging there is bugged, and by placing a portal in a weird way, you can fling right through. And the Borealis, which is like a Half-Life Easter egg, it's in like about a chapter and a half. Somewhere in this section. Oh, and here you got the V-snap, right?
Indeed, I'm waiting for the light to turn on. There we go.
So here we're doing another V-snap. It's kind of hard to see, but if you look really closely, you can see his mouse movement's kind of snappy. That is intentional. We're gonna do another seam shot right up here. This is gonna go straight through this wall here.
Boom,
and
there we go.
Skip that whole puzzle. And in this section, we're just gonna use some portals in a kind of cool way to gain some height here.
Ready, jump.
We can kind of use the fact that that orange portal was higher up to gain some height. Here you're doing stepdad is the normal name, because it used to be done by pressing D, A, and then D really quickly, and it was super inconsistent. And now we have a more consistent setup, which you just did.
There we go. Yeah. So it's similar to how the button pressing went in the early levels, where if we're like on it for a tick, essentially, we can keep that panel activated, even though we're not actually. There's nothing on it. There's no buttons on it or anything.
Yeah, that is that one isn't. Or I don't even know how that button stick works. It's really weird the way it activates. And here there's a lot of different routes for this level. I'm assuming you're doing the easiest route though, because
I assume so. Generally, if it's me, probably the easier route.
Yeah, we can use some button or portals here to hit the button, and then we're gonna.
I think I should still be able to hit that from here.
That is a hard shot to. It was literally like a pixel wide. Here we can use ray portals, which I kind of, or we kind of explained earlier. But basically, if you shoot a portal while you're inside of it, then it can give you a huge or a 200 velocity speed boost, and you can use that to get up there faster. And there he disabled angle decay, which is going to be useful for this next map, where we're going to do another view snap. This view snap saves the most time out of all of the view snaps, and we're just basically going to be able to shoot to the end room. This is the most precise seam shot in the game normally. You need like 3 decimal precision if you were to like line it up with just without view snaps. But here you're going to see, you saw the snaps at the start, you just shoot straight through. Nice.
Nice, there you go.
Here we can use crouching to break the cube there.
Oh no! Hold on.
Type in the console load autosave, or do you have it bound?
Sorry, yeah. Hold on.
You might need to load it and then press V step.
There you go. Okay, that'll teach me to not quick save.
Yeah, it is. I've made that mistake far too often, like not saving enough. But yeah, here we can use crouching in a weird way to.
That's just the wrong portal completely. Hold on. Okay, try again. Oh, and I didn't mean to crouch there. Hold on, straight away. There we go. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, if we crouch in a weird way, we can break that glass for some reason. It's called like crouch triggering, I think, or I forget the name. And here he's doing a bit of a tricky jump to get on this elevator and then shooting portals at the cube. And basically this game has a mechanic where if you're like above a portal, or a prop's above a portal, the game will kind of funnel you into the portal. Like, if you'll notice this, if you're like going through a portal and you look at it, you'll get like you'll get slightly moved in, and we can do that to the cube there on the button to move it off of the button, so you don't have to use the blue gel that you normally use. Here we've got the last map of Chapter 6. This is the one with the Borealis Easter egg for the...
Yeah. Sorry everyone, we are going to skip it. It's not faster to go view that, funnily enough.
Too slow. But here we can use, we can shoot straight through this wall, because, magic. No, there's a... With a lot of portals, there's a trigger that helps you place it, so if you're like slightly off, the game will just like pretty much autocorrect. But the trigger that they used for that surface goes through the wall, so we can just shoot at the wall, kinda, and then just skip having to do another fling. Here we can just use another tricky fling, and does this right, then we can just skip the whole potato section.
Sorry again. Okay, that hopefully is better. Whee. Nice.
So normally here you like collect potatoes, which is like potato GLaDOS, and luckily we skipped that, so now for the rest of the game we won't have to see her ever.
Oh, surprise. Oh, how'd you get here? What the heck?
Yeah, the game doesn't really check if you actually did that cutscene, so it just gives you potato GLaDOS in the next map. Here we're doing not a seam shot, it's just a really tricky small shot there.
There it is. Right
to the end of the level. And then we can use, I'm assuming you're gonna do the flinger route. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
I like this route. We can shoot a portal through there and then fling through here. We kind of, what he did there is it's kind of hard to explain. His camera was through the other end of the portal, but his body was through the other end. So he was able to shoot a portal, and then after he shot the portal, his body went through the other end. So he basically got a portal right up there, and then he kept his portal on the wall there. It's kind of confusing to explain. You don't need to know all the details of it.
It just looks cool, just know that.
And here we've got a really cool route where basically we can use another one of those super re-portals where he's gonna do a precise lineup here to get stuck.
Oh, I don't think I got stuck there. Hold on. Try again. No, I'm not stuck there again. Okay, hold on. Try this again. In tap. Oh, I'm not getting stuck here. Okay, hold on.
Maybe try shooting the orange in like the top right corner. That might help.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, just one shot. Okay.
Yeah, basically.
That was definitely there.
He gets stuck here, shoots a bunch of portals, which gives him a huge speed boost straight to the ending. And then we're going to see another one of those in this next level, which is it's called Lemonade Skip. So this game's kind of famous. This game has a famous rant from the character speaking right now, Cave Johnson, where he talks about lemons, and unfortunately for any fans of that rant, we are not going to be hearing that because we're going to do one of the craziest skips in the entire game here. So Spyran's going to do a really precise lineup. It's like precise down to, or you don't really use decimals for it, I guess, but it is very precise. If you mess up one thing, then it won't work. But I think Spyran's got it.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. Right. Let's set this up. There we go.
I'll let you concentrate on this.
Okay, that should be fine. Right, aim at this very particular spot there. Look at here, walk into it, and we're stuck.
Nice.
And this should hopefully be it. Here we go, everyone. Oh, that's fine.
That's good enough.
That work.
Yeah, so he gets flung like super high there using a super re-portal, and he can just skip straight to this catwalk up here. And that skips pretty much like, I'd say like a minute and a half of gameplay. Maybe, I don't know the timing because I haven't like gone in those sections because there's no reason to at this skip. And here we can just use portals to do a fling. And I guess to kind of explain that, basically he kind of got stuck and then he shot a bunch of portals and the game was trying to... A fling is like deceptively tricky. There's a lot of things in this game look a lot like easier than they actually are.
Yeah, we'll do it the regular way. We'll do it this way.
Nice.
There we go. That'll do. That'll do.
Yeah, that level is awesome.
Okay, speaking of awesome levels, this one gets a bit crazy as well towards the end.
Yeah,
Not even towards the end. This one's just crazy very initially.
Yeah, this chapter is like full of crazy tricks. Here he's going to use some very weird geometry with the pipes, and basically he can get stuck inside of the pipe for like a tiny bit, and during that time the game thinks he's falling, which he is, but very, very slowly. And basically he can stack up a ton of velocity while stuck in there, and then as soon as he has enough, or as much as he needs, he can let go, and then he'll go shooting down like 2,000 velocity, and he'll hit that gel that he just set up below him. He'll go bouncing way up here, and he can shoot a portal right at the ending section, go back down, do a fling through a portal to get to that room down there. And this map is crazy.
It's nice and safe. Right, what portal do I shoot? It's orange.
Oh,
Okay,
orange.
here we go. Whee!
And straight into this section. And
Guys, now hold on.
so you've got the
Look at this
poster.
Excellent. Just keep an eye on that. Remember that one. Cheers.
It does actually save time to look at the poster. For the record, you have to look at it for certain dialogue. And here we've got a super precise setup. Again, this is like precise to the decimals. And basically he's going to do another super reportal here, which is those things where you get stuck, shoot a bunch of portals, the game tries to push you out. That should work.
It popped me out. Okay, try again. I think I did move my mouse slightly when I jumped out here, so let's try it again.
Yeah, this lineup is super
There
annoying.
we go.
Nice. And here you can just stack up a bunch of portals, fling straight up, go past these pipes, and now he's at the
Boom.
end.
Yes, excellent. So instead of waiting for that elevator that you can see going down that bit of platform that you have to use to get up, we jump over a barrier that blocks us from not like going to that area, and we skip that entire section.
Yeah, that trick is it's very confusing to explain some stuff like this because it just looks so crazy if you don't have any idea what's going on. Here we're gonna do actually a pretty simple to explain trick. So here, normally during this cutscene, you put the cube on the button, and then Wheatley realizes that you've come back to Aperture, and he blocks the ending with like this panel, and you have to sit through like a minute of cutscene. But here what Spyran's gonna do is he's gonna grab a cube and chuck it to the button, and then he's gonna get right next to the door as the cube lands on the button. So if he does this, you'll see he'll go straight through the door, and he won't get like blocked by any panel or anything, and this will save like a minute.
Right, guys, guess how many attempts this is going to take us? Let's have a seat. Oh, I was nearly
You see
first.
the
Okay, really.
panel kind of pushed him out there. The collision of it looks weird.
Ooh,
This trick
yeah,
is really annoying. He's like right there, but the cube's just landing a bit early. It's a tricky trick. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So essentially, we're trying to get to the door before the cube touches the button, and if we miss it, we just have to keep going back. So I hope you like listening to her talking about paradoxes, because we might be here for a minute or so while I try and
Even
do
if
this.
it takes like another 10 seconds or probably even 20 seconds, it'll still save time because of how long the cutscene is
There we
normally.
go.
And there you got it. Nice. And this level is kind of another set of cutscenes. Well, we skipped that cutscene, and this is only like 10 seconds long. But I guess we don't really have anything to explain, so if you have anything quick to say at all, now would be the time.
Nothing feels better. It's just, that's what I've got to test. That's what I've got to test. So
Yeah, here the elevator's moving back up, so we're gonna get back to the gameplay. We can just portals over there,
design this test yourself.
and back to solving puzzles. And by puzzles, I mean pressing a single button and then p-hopping over here.
Indeed.
Not very complicated.
Here's an idea. Since making tests is so difficult,
Oh, and we're about to get into probably the craziest glitch in the run yet, which I feel like I keep saying that, but this game has some crazy glitches.
It ramps well. This game ramps very well in terms of like craziness, I feel like.
alright, can't
Yeah.
wait for trying.
So we're gonna get a fly glitch. So Wheatley's gonna introduce. I'll be quiet.
Somewhere.
Yeah, we got it.
There's like some weird dialogue stuff in this game, or specifically this chapter has a lot of weird dialogue. But Wheatley's about to introduce us to funnels, and the way funnels work in this game is whenever you enter them, a variable inside the game goes up by 1. So he's gonna walk into here, and the counter for like funnels you're in goes up by 1. So it's at 1 right now, and then when he uncrouches, now it's at 2. It's 2 separate counters.
There we go.
And so since he was in 2 at once, when he walks out, it goes down by 1, but the counter's at 1 now, so he still has the funnel state when he leaves it. So basically, by crouching and then uncrouching, the game thinks he's in 2 funnels at once, and then when he leaves the funnel, the game thinks he's in 1 funnel, but he's out of the funnel. So now he has the gravity of the funnel. So now he has 0 gravity, and it preserves between levels. So here, he's gonna walk up the stairs, and as soon you'll see right here, as soon as he gets out of the store, he's gonna jump up, and he's flying now. So this whole, or almost every single level in this section of the game is gonna abuse this glitch, because we can preserve it, and it saves so much time. And I don't even know how that didn't grab. That should have grabbed. You got scammed there. Yeah, here we're just gonna fly over this cube dropper and just get this cube, because why would we use funnels to solve it when we can just fly?
Well done.
Use the cube to ramp us down a tiny bit here, and here, here's like another example of him using the dialogue. There he put the cube on the button early, so he could actually trigger the dialogue that ends the map, and then he could solve it. So there's like another example of prioritizing dialogue over finishing the level.
Don't start yet. You are not gonna believe this.
Here there's like this huge like cutscene of like the chamber getting moved. We can just fly across it.
Yeah,
here
flying,
actually,
you might not realize breaks the game quite a bit.
Docker.
That's obvious, yeah.
Yeah, that dropper actually, it opens at the exact same time every single time, as long as you get over to the button there. It's weird. Here we can do a tricky throw to get the cube right next to the button.
Which I'm not gonna do.
Fair enough.
Put it in
That throw is annoying.
I'm so bad at the cube throwers. So we're just gonna, oh, that was the wrong pole. Oh no. Well, wee, nice. Okay, good trick. Good trick. Intentional.
I'm actually in the room with you. Am I?
Okay, where am I?
Nice.
Yeah.
You can't hurt the big old gold face.
Caught it, right, there we go. Right, we're gonna shuffle it along all the way down to the button in theory, and there it is.
Nice.
Disappointed.
And just as a reminder, he still has fly, because he hasn't touched a funnel yet, so the game hasn't like reset his funnel state. He still has fly, and this next level is going to be probably the most obvious example of fly. This is probably the simplest level in the entire game.
Alright, so that last test was
I'll just let it speak for
seriously
itself.
disappointing.
Yeah.
Apparently being civil isn't motivating you, so
And we're done.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah, that is a pretty clear-cut example of how much flying breaks this game.
Yeah, but like we said, because we've entered the portal now, we've lost that flying state, so we're going to need to, in a couple levels, set it up again. But for the time being, we can operate without it.
Yeah, here we've got a great shot, and what a great shot is, he's gonna shoot on this great shot. Portals, the way the game checks if a surface is portable is kind of weird, specifically on surfaces like this. I forget the exact reason why, but he just shot on a completely solid surface that you're not supposed to be able to shoot on normally. And that just kind of breaks this entire map. You can just press the button to get the cube, and he's done. He doesn't even have to use the funnel. And this elevator for some reason just moves really slow compared to all the elevators, but it doesn't matter because of the way dialogue works. And here he's actually gonna get his fly glitch back. So we saw we got rid of it like 2 levels ago. Now we're gonna get it back. Oh, this is stop the box. I don't know. I thought this was laser catapult. Okay. Here we can just b-hop over to that catapult quickly and catch that cube. Nice job.
Nice.
And here's another example of invincibility. Completely ignore those guys.
I'm wondering if maybe there's a number of ways.
All right, now we're going into laser catapult.
Yes.
No, that was the solution.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to get the fly state back. This one's quite tricky because the placement of the portal to be able to get it to not funnel through essentially this portal that you'll see in a second is a bit finicky. So we'll see if we can nail it. So yeah.
Oh, on a related note, I am going to need you to solve these 10 times as fast.
It's going through the funnel because portals are whacked.
There we go.
There, you got it. And he can now go through here, and now he's in the funnel. He's crouched. He's uncrouched, so the game thinks he's in 2 funnels, and then he leaves. Now he has 1 funnel state, and he's flying. He's just going to use this nice piece of map geometry to slope down right to the end. Nice.
And there we go. Nice.
And now we have fly guns, so we're going to be able to skip the next few levels. Or, actually, we'll lose it at the end of the next level. There's like a huge, pretty big funnel ride that we skip. Because it's actually faster to have crouch fly, or crouch fly glitch. That's what we call the fly glitch. Because you can air strafe with it, rather than normal funnels where you just kind of go at a fixed speed. You'll see here, he's going to use his fly glitch to skip a funnel ride after this chamber's done.
Oh, please, shoot the portal. There we go.
There, nice. That
is...
is...
a bit high, hold on. Oh. Oh my days. Please, shoot the portal. Okay, we got it.
Nice.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, you just toss the cube up there, so you can't shoot portals while you're holding an object, and there we can use the slope of the side of the portal to angle it up. There's a lot to talk about in this game, but here's what I was saying about it being faster. This is like 3 times as fast as the normal funnel ride. Normal funnels are super slow. Here we can just hit it at the end of this to lose our fly and go back down on this catwalk over here. See invisible walls in this game, and we actually walk back here to hit like a trigger that opens that, and now we're on to the next level.
Nice one. Now this one is definitely one that you need speed for, so essentially we've got to do this quick enough that we can get across to the side, hopefully, before some stuff happens, essentially. So I'm going to get back into here, crouch, and we should be able to fly now. Oh, no, apparently not.
It wasn't.
Again.
Dang. There is actually, like, it doesn't seem like it, but there is like a weird bit of RNG with the way funnels work there. Like your player has to be completely still, and it's kind of RNG how still your player gets. I think if you get there really, I think you got it.
Yeah, I think we're there. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, there he shot the funnel at the end there to trigger this dialogue because it's a lot shorter than
to death.
So in the elevators, there's like a soft lock prevention trigger way up at the top, and pressing or activating that dialogue makes it so you don't have to sit through the really awkward elevator that's like a minute long, and that's faster if you get there whenever it's technically it's a tiny bit faster to do the awkward elevator if you're like really fast, but you like it saves like half a second. You gotta like YOLO it. Here we just that's the one and only time we use conversion gel, I'm pretty sure.
Ooh, hold on. I'll left a bit more. There we go, right. That's again.
Another crouch fly glitch, and this is the last time we activate it in the run, but we're gonna keep the reshoot it.
There we go. Thank
There.
you.
Sorry. Yeah, you shot in like the corner again. This corners in this game are weird.
Bonk off the top there to get down. There we go onto the floor.
And we're gonna keep this funnel fly into the second to last map of the game. Well, to be fair, there are only 4 maps left in the game. We're going into the final chapter. Yeah, here we're gonna use the fly glitch, and this is probably where the fly saves the most time. We're gonna use it in really creative ways to skip some huge cutscenes here. So here, there's like a really weird part of the wall here that has collision on your head for some reason, so you can just bonk your head on that. Now he's at like the perfect height to fly past this whole sequence. So normally there's like a trapped faith plate, and you do like this huge like catapult jumps, and then there's like this funnel ride, and it's really cool whenever you're playing casually, but it's also really slow when you're speedrunning. So here he's just flying past this entire section. He's using actually, I didn't really explain like wall strafing, but yeah, he's using a bit of source like tech movement to go a bit faster here, and he's gonna slam down on Wheatley's monitor, and it's slightly sloped, so when he hits it, he's gonna go down a bit. Then he can hit this surface to move him onto the ground.
Boom, there we go.
Seriously, do come back, please, come back.
And we skip that like entire sequence of the part where he kills you. There's like the kind of infamous meme about the I don't know.
Yeah, I love how we're just like awkwardly like staring at him like as we walk like into the chamber. It's pretty good.
Oh, I've got
Here we
Okay,
just
I'm going fast enough.
Yes, and you.
Oh, just
nice.
okay.
Oh, I saw you like clip
Yeah.
that. Nice. Yeah, that crusher can kill you even with the fly glitch. It's really weird the way it works. Oh, is it slow fly?
Almost there.
A little bit there.
Wait. Yeah, there's a thing called slow fly in this game. It's really weird. Basically, if you like hit walls, sometimes the game can like give you a slower version of the crouch fly glitch. But it should be fine. You can do most things. It just like loses like 10 seconds or something.
Yeah, it's not too bad. We're still going to get through this fairly quickly.
Yeah, and here we're gonna use kind of the sloped end of this staircase on the other part here. This is a really creative route. You can slope down on that tiny part right there.
I didn't
You like barely
no.
like brushed it. That's
I'll
unfortunate.
have to go back another save potentially just to get there we go. Right. Try this again.
Yeah, this we're gonna use that to slope us down, and we can skip like this entire like funnel ride room where Wheatley like does like a turret ambush and he like tries to kill you with a crusher. We don't have to do any of that. In fact, I've done that room like one time ever because I just haven't needed to do it. Yeah, we can go down here, and yeah, we're now on this section. Crouch through here and just go past this gel pipe, because why would we need gel when we can fly?
Yeah.
Something break back there.
And here we can
we
use
can
this
bump up
staircase again to slip down, do a cool jump here on the lamp kind of light thing, slip down off of this. And you can see it's a lot of like using creative map geometry to like get into certain places. And this is the aforementioned second to last map of the game, so we're gonna lose it right at the end of this level. And we skip like this whole like bomb section. And this whole chapter would be so much slower without the fly glitch. And yeah, we're going into, or there's like probably 30 more seconds of gameplay, and then we're gonna be going into kind of a bit of a cutscene area. But here we just kind of use portals, fling up to this area, bonk our head off of this little beam here, which should send us slope down, land on like this really weird piece of geometry. It's kind of invisible, and then use it to jump up.
When we find it, there it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh. Hold on, didn't get a jump off.
Yeah, it's like a really weird, like, small floor here, and then we hit our head on that and fly to the side of the funnel. And you can see, like, kind of like the curvature of the funnel, how much faster we are than the normal funnel. And we touch it at the end to get rid of the fly, and we go into the final map without fly glitch.
Oh.
And here we are. So we're just gonna portal up here, go into the elevator ride, and then it's like a 2-minute unskippable cutscene for humans, but there's a task skip for, well, actually there's like a human viable method now, but it's like pretty inconsistent.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And I'm not
no
gonna
real,
do it, so.
I don't, the world record doesn't have it. I think there's like 2 completed runs that have ever had it. It's really hard. But yeah, I guess now would be a pretty good time if you have anything to say at all. There's like any talk about.
The entire building is going to self-destruct in about 6 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's a problem with the light. I think the light's on the blink, but just in case it isn't,
We just listen to Wheatley here.
So let's
Yeah, we don't really have much to do here. We're just kind of waiting for, actually, I guess I could explain what we're going to do with this boss fight here. So Wheatley's going to throw a bomb at us, break the gel pipe below him, or behind him, and it's going to put the portable gel all over the floor. And we can use this portable gel to do a trick called bomb juggling. So Wheatley throws bombs at us throughout this whole fight. but there's like these little cutscenes in between hitting him where he's not throwing bombs at us. And what we can do is we can shoot portals in a specific way to juggle them, so we don't have to sit through Wheatley's cutscenes to get bombs. So we're kind of lining up the portal here in a specific way so we can juggle them. So you'll see right here, he's going to shoot a portal below him, it's going to hit Wheatley, and then the next 2 bombs he's going to start juggling them.
I wanted you to...
You see, he's got those 2 looping there, and he can just keep them looping. So he'll use those to fire them back at Wheatley.
Oh, I missed it. No. I'm after it. Hold on.
Yeah.
There we go. I saved up here, so it's fine.
It is actually faster to go on this catwalk and grab them, because that can happen sometimes, and normally that avoids it. I don't know why it actually sent you there. That was weird. But yeah, there's the Space Core. It's like a fan favorite. Sorry you're not getting much of them.
In 4 minutes.
What happened?
Here we can fire the bomb back at Wheatley, and it's unfortunate, but the second bomb juggle doesn't save nearly as much time as the first one.
Yes, it's not too bad.
Quick, what's the situation?
Grab this guy in the air.
Hey, you pretty lady.
And this is Rick.
Stick him on.
You out having
Name's
yourself
Rick.
a little adventure? What, are you fighting that guy?
There we go.
Warning.
And here, while we're kind of waiting for Wheatley to wake up, we can just pre-place these portals so they'll fling directly at him. Yeah. And now we're kind of coming up onto the final section, so I guess I should mention timing after you do this fling here. Big fling to get to the core and place it directly on Wheatley. Get the core, and then since the portals are set up there,
I didn't quite get it. That's fine. We'll just jump.
Nice.
There we go.
So here, there's going to be a trick called early moonshot, and he's going to use the way the gel fades here is kind of weird, and you can place a portal and kind of keep it there. But the most important thing is that he can potentially end the run about 8 seconds early if he hits a thing called the early moonshot. So I'll call time if he hits it, but we might have to sit through the actual cutscene. Here he's gonna. Hopefully you hit it.
I hope so. I feel like I do quite well actually at moonshots. I'm hoping we can show this off.
Here's the gel thing I was talking about. I don't really have enough time to explain it, but I'll call time potentially in 3.
Oh, hold on, I'm gonna give it another go.
Resolution button.
If you have some time, feel free to give it a few more if you'd like.
We can give it a go. We can do this.
And this does actually save time if you reload. For it, like I'd say probably around 4 attempts is enough to save time.
Yes, got it.
There you got it. Time. Yeah, so there you can skip having to this cutscene where you like look at the moon. We just skip that completely, and it kind of bugs this ending sequence out.
And there we go. Right, and that's Portal 2, everyone. That is the game. So, yeah, I guess this kind of final wrap-ups. Shout out to Turkey, obviously. It was my teacher who's pointing me in the right directions for all the bits and pieces I need to learn for this game. I spent a lot of time offline learning, and then only recently started actually doing full game runs. So that's gone really well, actually. So I'm really glad for that. Shout out also to Milky French Toast as well, who's another runner who came into my chat a lot and helped with a lot of stuff. Shout out to everyone in the Portal 2 community who has helped me out as well in one way or another. It's been very, very fun to learn this game as someone who's come in not really knowing anything about how to speedrun Portal 2 at all. To come in and start learning all these different tricks and strats for the game has been really, really cool. So thank you again to everyone in the Portal 2 community. If you want to learn this game yourself, they have some great resources for this game. There's a whole tutorial playlist you can go through to look at each individual level and how to do those. There's people in the Discord who will help you at any given moment. There's a whole Wikipedia-like page basically just specifically for the speedrun stuff where you can go and look at each individual level and it'll give you some information about it, as well as you can look at all the different things. There's configs specifically for the game as well that allow you to do set up certain things and make things just easier from a speedrunning front. It means you can time, you don't even really need live splits technically to be able to run this game because it all times it in game, and you can just then output your demo files and it works very well. So it's very, very easy to speedrun given all the resources that are available. So make sure if you enjoyed this run, as I hope you have, please go check that out. Turkey, anything you want to shout out before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, check out the resources he mentioned if you have any interest in the game, and check out Spyran's socials, because this was a great run. It was really good.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, Spyran on Twitch and Spyran pretty much everywhere. SP_Spyran on YouTube, because Spyran was already taken, sadly. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, then I'll probably be doing more of this in the future as well. But I also primarily run Spider-Man 2000 for every platform. I'm going to say just for PlayStation 1, but I actually tend to run like all the platforms. So if you enjoy Spider-Man, come check that out as well, and maybe we'll throw some more speed games in, and I'll learn some more stuff at some point soon as well. But otherwise, yeah, that is it. Thank you very much, Speedromizer, for having me. This has been a great event and a great way for me to force myself to learn a new speed game, which is what I wanted to do. So thank you so much. Please continue donating and watching all the remaining runs, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much.